Hey everybody, PacJeff here, and recently I went to an anime convention, a modern day anime con, one I've been going to since 2014, NagaCon. These are all the badges I have from all the ones I went to except 2014 and 15. I don't have those badges anymore, but here's the one for this year. I took the weekend pass and went around, did the whole shabab. Had a ton of fun. Basically here to just briefly talk about it because I recorded some footage and I want to make use of it. It's a 3-day convention down in Kansas City, so typical, just a fun place to go around, talk with your fellow weeb, and just do all kinds of stuff, This was probably one of the most active conventions I've been to, meaning that I spent a lot of time at the convention center. Normally I get a little tired and I like to go to the hotel and chill for just a little bit, but I didn't do that this year. I stayed at the con for most of it. I got a terrible headache on Saturday, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. It's Friday. First thing we did was go to the merchandise room, and we walked around there for a solid hour and a half when the convention first started. Saw a lot of cool stuff. The vendors this year, they were crazy. I would still say 2019 and 18 were the peak of having vendors. They had the most those years, and of course I understand with how the world is right now, it's scary, and you can't always get as many. The convention's never going to be exactly like it was, and we just have to accept that and move on. Times change. It's a little smaller. That being said, there were a lot of people this year, a lot more than last year. Last year, I think they had a 3,000 people cap. This year was 6,000, and it showed. Everybody had to wear masks. I rocked the SMT Demi-Fiend mask that I purchased from Pindy Gamer. I'll link that in the description below. But it was crowded, especially in the merchandise room. Getting around was kind of tricky, but I think being full of people is what I like in a convention, because last year's NagaCon was fun and all, but it felt too small. There wasn't enough people there. That was a complaint that I had, and I was really hoping would be fixed this year, and it was fixed. There were a lot of people. It was really chill, just sitting down, talking to people, walking up to people and casually starting conversation. Just really, really easy to do, apparently. You just walk up to someone. If they have something that interests you, or you like their cosplay or whatever, just go up and ask them about it. They'll be chill. People at cons aren't weirdos for the most part. So we chilled a bit. We walked around. I don't remember if we went to any panels on the Friday. I can't remember. Probably a panel or two that we went to on Friday, but it's all slipping my mind at the moment. Saturday, however. Saturday was interesting because I hosted my own panel about collecting anime figures. Didn't go well. On the schedule, it was an hour. It said the panel would be from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. I finished the panel at 10:20. I felt really bad. I didn't know what to do. I was kind of fumbling over my own words. I recorded the panel though. I will upload it to YouTube, but I have to do some adjustments with the lighting, and I have to add some subtitles because you can't always hear what's being said. So give me some time on that, but it'll be up shortly. After that, go back to the merch room, especially on Saturday. That's where the most people show up. NagaCon was only selling weekend passes for this convention, but people were still buying them and then only showing up on the Saturday. So it was crazy how busy it was that day. But we came across a really interesting booth selling import games, which I don't recall ever seeing at Naka before. So it was a really big deal. They had all kinds of stuff like SNES, Famicom, Super Famicom, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, Mega Drive, all kinds of stuff. Sega Saturn even, and Dreamcast. I actually bought a Dreamcast import, Super Robot Wars. I'll talk about that more later. I also bought Poppin' Music. The insert fell off. I was freaking out. I thought I lost it. Oh, that wonderful thing that Japanese games do where they put that piece of cardboard on the spine of the game, and then it just looks incomplete without it, I'm just crazy. I know Mr. Amiben will kill me if I don't show off all the Saturn stuff. There was also like raves, like dance parties, you know, that's a convention staple. You gotta do the raves and the dance parties and stuff. It was fun, man. Just a ton of fun. I miss it, honestly. I really missed going to conventions like this. Of course, them canceling it in 2020 was for the best. And 2021's felt a little last second and rushed, but this year it felt like complete again. It felt like the conventions I remember going to when I was in high school. I'm very nostalgic for those. Dude, it hasn't even been a decade, and I'm like, oh, I feel nostalgic for that, you fucking dummy. Anyway, Sunday hits. Immediately, first things first is the swap meet. I bring some SH Figuarts Sailor Moon figures and some Dragon Ball figures. I trade them for some pretty cool stuff you'll see later in the video. I make out of it with a pretty good haul, honestly. Good stuff overall. I would say I left the convention satisfied with all the stuff that I bought, at least. Where else am I gonna get a Pepsi Man bottle cap where he's all in bandages and has a crutch, you know? And you know, the cosplays this year were pretty fire, even though the con has a very strict mask mandate. The cosplays this year were absolutely killing it. I'm gonna flash some pictures up while I'm talking, but you know, these people put so much creativity and effort into their cosplays, even if it's from a show like I don't care about. The amount of work they put into like their props and like the hair on the wigs. There were a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen cosplayers, and most of the people dressed up as Yuji put a lot of effort into the hair, and it's really noticeable when you can tell how much effort people put into these things. It's cool. I want to cosplay. I don't know who yet, but I want to. Like, eventually. It's gonna happen. Eventually. Another awesome thing is that the arcade this year was fire. They had so many different cabinets of like multiplayer games and so many rhythm games. It was insane. They had the F-Zero AX cabinet still. I might actually bring my GameCube memory card next time I go with me, just because I want to, and you can. They have the slot on the machine for it. They had a ton of two-player games. I played a lot of JoJo, Mr. Driller, Panorama Cotton, Street Fighter, like Tetris. They had 2 different Tetris games, Marvel vs. Capcom, a ton of rhythm games, but I spent the most time on a game called Windjammers, which has become one of my new favorite arcade games ever. Fuck you, Gwen. I'm gonna kick your ass in Windjammers one of these days, I swear to God. You bitch. If Gwen's watching this, she'll get it. Don't worry about it. That was the convention. It's you know, interesting. This was always going to be a short video. I initially wanted it to be like a bigger vlog. If you're a PacJeff fan, you'll know I did vlogs for like 2018 and like 2016 NakaCon. I wanted to make another vlog like that, but that requires pretty much always having my camera out and always recording things, and that just becomes draining after a while. Especially, you want to live in the moment, especially like a convention that only happens once a year. You really want to just revel in it, you know? Which is kind of why I stopped doing vlogs like that, because when I go do something like that, I want to live in the moment, and I don't want to always be on the phone just walking around vlogging, hey, what's happening, you know? That's just not how you want to live your life, especially if you're a convention goer. Now, if you go to multiple cons a year, maybe, but I don't. NakaCon is really special to me because it's a close anime convention, and it's like big. It's a decent size. like I talk about Crypticon. That's another convention I've frequented, but that's a really small convention. It's nowhere near as big as NakaCon, and I think that's why I've stopped vlogging NakaCon, because I've just wanted to relish in it, you know, instead of walking around on my phone just recording every little thing that happens. I feel like it's more fun to just take it all in, you know? Does that make any sense? Am I just rambling on like a dumbass about something? Who knows? Next NakaCon, I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh, I want to make a vlog like the good old days, and then I won't. You get a video like this instead, where I just talk to a camera for 10 minutes. Finally, on Sunday was the AMV contest. There were a lot of cool AMVs. I don't want to sound sour that I didn't win anything. I didn't. I submitted a Fully Cooley AMV set to The Offspring's Can't Get My Head Around You, which wasn't well made. I really did kind of throw the thing together in a night. Not that I was rushing it. I mean, I just finished it in a night and I was happy with it. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm done with that then, I guess. Like a Madoka Magica Imagine Dragons AMV one, which, like, you know, it was well made. But whenever I hear Enemy by Imagine Dragons, all I can think of is Germa.
Oh, the misery!
So I couldn't help but chuckle a bit at that AMV, but it was fun actually seeing all of the AMVs and all the editing and the creativity. There was a really good 91 Days AMV set to Gangsters, like an instrumental version of Gangsters Paradise. That one was sick. There was a Steins Gate AMV set to Touch Tone Telephone. That's brilliant, you know? It's just, you see a lot of creativity with modern AMVs, and everybody still makes the jokes about Linkin Park and like Vegeta and Evanescence and all that. And don't get me wrong, that kind of AMV style is still relevant, but we're past that, you know. We're getting beautifully edited AMVs. They make me want to step up my game, because my AMV, which is available on this channel, isn't like the best. It's really basic. It's just footage of the show and music, and then I throw some text up on the screen. The AMVs I saw at the contest really motivate me into making like a better one. So next year, next NakaCon, I'm gonna hit you with another AMV, and it's gonna be way better than the one that I just made. So then after the con, we went home, chilled at a friend's place for a bit. We watched some more anime, some other goofy things, and then I came home and I slept. I napped. It was a fun convention overall. I'm very excited for next year. I always am. I look forward to NakaCon a lot. It's a relatively small convention for what it is, but it's one that is really close to my heart because it was the first con I ever went to. I started going to it when I was in my huge weeb phase in high school, so it was like huge being able to go. There's some fun stuff. I might do a separate video where I talk more about like kind of crazy convention stories. Maybe like I'll do a story time animated video. Who knows? There's some crazy things that have happened to me at NakaCon. I think it'd be a lot of fun to talk about. If you guys are interested in a crazy convention stories video, let me know in the description down below. I'd be very happy to make it. So I guess I'll show off my haul real quick. All right, I should do that. We're gonna see what's inside the right stuff. Blind bag, grab bag, whatever the hell. Alrighty. Something I've never heard of.
That's really cute though.
It is cute, but I've never heard of it. That's what it's all about. Now that I'm gonna search it out, I'm gonna watch it, maybe I'll become a fan, who knows. And next we have
what is it?
Part 2 of something I've never heard of. But it looks cute. There's a Right Stuff exclusive DVD of Aria the Natural. Part 2. Episodes 14 through 26. Oh shit, it's part 1. Awesome.
Damn.
I'll check that out. That's cool. I like that. Okay, then we have the origination. It says 1 through 13. So is this first? And then this is like the sequel, I bet?
You have an obligation now?
I do. God, we're gonna have to watch these tonight in the hotel.
Honestly, I'd be completely down.
Oh, I got a right stuff mask.
That's cute.
That is cute. I like that. These feel like prints in here. I don't know what these are. Never heard of this in my life. I don't know what it is, but cute girls.
Do you really need anything else?
Not for sale, and I got a button here. Oh wow, I love this series. You know, I did a YouTube video review of this movie, and I said it was really good, and you should go see it. And I hate that movie. I can't stand watching this movie. I'm curious about what's in the envelope. It says not for sale on it. Oh, it's like stickers. I don't know who any of these characters are. It's like stickers. I don't know who they're from. Cool though. Oh, another JoJo bandana. I got a JoJo bandana in the last Right Stuff blind bag I got. That one was purple. And it was more part 1 based. This one looks maybe more part 3 based. So that's really cool.
What up?
Fucking trading cards. And a bookmark. Is this a temporary tattoo? Base. Some baseball trading cards. Sailor Moon. I'm just assuming these are postcards. I'm not gonna open them because there's a lot of them in there, but you know, it is what it is. And then a manga. I got volume 6 of Lagoon Engine by Yukiro Shigesashi. I don't know
your Lagoon.
I don't know what
needs.
this is, but it looks kind of gay. It looks a little gay.
Looks
The
kinda based.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Sure. It's a Tokyo Pop right there.
I don't
there's one
think
more thing
Bill
in here.
Murray looks like this.
Another Sailor Moon coin. Do you want a Sailor Moon coin?
I'll take a Sailor Moon.
I got
coin.
one in the last blind bag. Okay, well that was the Right Stuff blind bag. Honestly, some cool stuff. You get what you pay for. It was only 20 bucks. But I'm very satisfied. I buy them every year. They're really cool. Okay. Hey guys, what's up? Ignore the different shirt, but this is all the stuff that I bought at the anime convention. I'm just gonna go over all of it because I think it'd be fun to do like a whole bit add-on at the end of the video, because it'd be fun. I don't know how to go through all of this because it's quite a bit of stuff. We'll start with like the swap meet stuff because I did go to a swap meet. I took some Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball figures there, and here's the stuff that I got out of that. So the first thing I got was this Play Arts Kai figure of Miller from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. I'm a big figure guy, and this is my first Play Arts Kai figure ever. I don't like it. Play Arts Kai have always been really interesting because I know that they're not the best, but this really kind of reaffirmed that statement in my head. They look good, and it really does make me want to get the Solid Snake that they did for Peace Walker, because he does look, you know, he looks great, but he's such a nightmare to handle. His arm keeps popping off, his leg keeps popping off, he's a little wibbly, his sunglasses aren't even, and it really bothers me. But you know, on the shelf, I think he looks pretty good, because he's just standing there with his gun. That's all you need. Okay. Yeah, pretty much most of the other big stuff I got was from the swap meet. I got this really interesting Play Arts trading minifigure. It's a little hard to see because it's in its packaging, but it's a Chibi Aerith figure, and it looks like they also did a Sephiroth and a Tifa. I remember owning a Cloud mini Chibi figure like this. I don't remember whatever happened to it. I remember I bought it at the first NakaCon I went to back in 2014. But I don't remember what I did with it. I think I sold it or something just because I wasn't a big fan of it. But got the Chibi Aerith. She is awesome. I love Aerith. And this is just a really cool thing that'll be nice to throw up on the shelf with all the PS1 games, you know. And then we got this multi-movable system type nurse Bright Feather from Boso Shinkai, which I think is like a mobile game or like a PC game. And it looks like, just based on this image, you're playing as like toys or something, because even the art has like all the joints on them. She's like basically an articulated like nurse toy with like wings and a comically oversized syringe. Some guy was like, hey, is there anything you're interested in for that Sailor Moon figure? And I was like, oh, this looks really interesting, so I'll pick it up. So I did pick it up, and yeah, I haven't gotten the chance to mess with it a whole lot, but this is definitely, it's interesting. Multi-movable system is an original body type which was created through joint development with Konami Digital Entertainment. Okay, so Konami's not exactly, you know, the top dogs in the figure world in Japan, so that might explain why this is so weird and why it feels so odd. And up next we have Card Captor Sakura, the Band Presto Crane King figure. It just looks really nice. It's just a nice solid Card Captor Sakura. I don't own anything Card Captor Sakura related. I've loved this show since I was a kid, and this is the first piece of Card Captor like merchandise that I've owned, which is really weird to think about. I don't know, it's just odd. So that was all the swap meet stuff, which didn't happen until Sunday. Here's everything else that I bought in no chronological order. We'll start with this. This was the first thing I bought at the con. It was in a little bin full of like tokusatsu stuff for $5. It's a Balton. This is a Bandai Balton from like 1994, so it's like a vintage. This is like my first Balton figure. I really wanted the figure arts with all the articulation, but he's really expensive. And I think the Ultra Hero one is too small. I like this one a lot. He's a really good size. I don't have any of my Ultras on me at the moment, but he's big. Here he is next to Miller from Peace Walker. He's cool. I love Balton. He's probably my favorite Ultra Kaiju. I love like the bug face and the big claws. It's a sick design. So I saw it and I was like, $5, you know, why not? So that same seller was selling Japanese bottle caps. And so basically what they'll do in Japan sometimes is that on the cap of a soda bottle, they'll put a little character on there or something. So these are two that I was able to purchase. I got Pepsi Man. He's all, you know, he's all damaged. They had a lot of Pepsi Man bottle caps, but they were all like weird because it was like either, it was like monsters. Like, so there was with Dracula and like the Wolfman and Frankenstein's monster and ghosts and stuff, which is cool and all, but I really just wanted like a regular Pepsi Man, and this was the closest that they had, was this damaged one. He's still great though, and I love Pepsi Man, so it's awesome to have that. And then there was this one also, which is a Kamen Rider. I'm not sure which one it is because I'm not a big Kamen Rider guy. I've only just started watching the original series actually. So I don't know which one this is. If you're a Kamen Rider fan, you know, let me know if you can tell which one it is. Kamen Rider fans are nuts, so they definitely will be able to tell me. But yeah, so that was also really cool. Then I picked up, I don't even remember. I think I got this in the swap meet and I just forgot to mention it, but it's a Tatsumaki keychain from One Punch Man. I like Tatsumaki. She's really cool. Even though I've kind of lost interest in One Punch Man, I like Tatsumaki. If it looks like I'm tired, by the way, it's because it's currently like 3 a.m. I'm very tired at the moment. We have a few more things to talk about. Here we go. Project Echo. This is one of those movies that Discotek has been like relentlessly shelling out. Like, hey, you guys, check out our big new remaster of Project Echo. I've never seen it. I've always known about it. It's always been like, it's been one of those anime films that I feel has always been mentioned and talked about, but it's been really kind of hard to legally source it for the longest time. You know, as anime fans, we always find our way to illegally source it, but finally having like a nice proper Blu-ray, very good, very good. So I picked it up. I'm excited to actually finally give this a watch because I've heard a lot about it, but I've never seen it before. There was a booth selling import games. I mentioned that earlier in the video, and I picked two of them up. I picked up Super Robot Wars Alpha on the Dreamcast. Aww, super cool. I love Super Robot Wars. And just, oh man, like there's Giant Robo. I love Giant, oh, the reflections. I love Giant Robo. There's so many cool stuff on here. It's just, I love Super Robot Wars, and this one especially. I looked up some of the cutscenes for it online because I haven't booted it up in my Dreamcast yet. But it looks like a lot of fun. And then this one's interesting. I got Poppin' Music 4 on the Dreamcast, which is a rhythm game that requires Poppin' Music 2 and a peripheral. So you're thinking like, why'd you buy it? Because it was actually the cheapest, the only other cheapest import they had there. And I was like, I want another one. So I picked up Poppin' Music 4. And it's no biggie because Japanese Dreamcast games are usually really cheap on eBay. So I can just pick up Poppin' Music 2, no problem. And then I'll source a controller eventually. I picked this up. This is actually the last thing that I bought at the con, and it was this lovely acrylic Gigan keychain. This seller, I didn't realize it until like an hour before the merch room closed, had a ton of Godzilla chibi acrylic keychains. And so picking one was hard because they had like literally all my favorites except Jack Jaguar. So I was like, Gigan, he's my second favorite. Like of all time. I love Gigan. So I knew I had to have it. Okay, just a few more things left, but we'll start with some art prints. We'll start with this one here. This is sick Godzilla vs. Kong print. I don't have a lot of Godzilla like art in my room, it's like the thing I collect the most of, but I don't have a lot of Godzilla merch like art. So I picked this up, this Godzilla vs. Kong print. It's really reflective, but it's sick. It was done by this artist, J. Delgoduart. I'm just gonna flash his name out on the screen and like link his website because I think that'd be good for him. He also drew this, which where is it? Oh, here it is. Oh. Okay, he also drew this Shadow the Hedgehog like art print, which I bought for my girlfriend. Huge Shadow the Hedgehog fan. It wasn't until she watched Sonic 2 and she told me how much she loved Shadow when she was younger. She had like a crush on him and shit. So I had a feeling she would really enjoy that. So, I mean, who didn't have a crush on Shadow? Let's be honest here. Last piece of art, also for my girlfriend, because it's her favorite anime. I picked up this Disaster's Life of Psyche K print. Good show. I've only recently started watching it, but it's her favorite show. It's her favorite anime ever. There wasn't a lot of Psyche K stuff at the convention, so I was like, okay, I'll buy this and she can have it. I'll send it. I'm gonna go see her later this month, so I'll give it to her then. Good show, by the way. Check it out. Great. The artist actually did not leave a card in this one, so I can't tell you who drew it because Lily Seal is the signature. I'll look into it. I'll see what I can do. Two more things. I bought this Black Butler makeup bag. Yeah, Black Butler makeup bag. We're breaking gender norms. We're crushing the glass ceiling. Men can have makeup bags too, especially if they are one of my favorite anime of all time. Love Black Butler. This shit is homo AF, but I absolutely dig it. It was actually the anime I watched in middle school that got me like really back into anime. So really cool stuff. The final thing I purchased, which wasn't the last thing that I purchased, but it's like the last thing I'm showing off, from Right Stuff. Sorry about my chair. Megalobox, the original soundtrack on vinyl. My friend picked up the Fooly Cooly vinyl, and I was like, oh, I wonder what other vinyls they have. And it was My Hero Academia, Megalobox, and Promare, and that was all they had. And this was $50, which is a bit much, but literally one of the best shows to come out in the 2010s. If they do a Nomad vinyl, I'm gonna buy that one too, because Nomad is one of the only anime to consistently make me cry. So good job, TMS. Check out Megalobox, by the way. It's really cool, really like nice kind of throwback to Tomorrow Joe and like the 90s era of more grungy type animation. It's really good. One of like a really solid, easy rec to give to people. Check out Megalobox. And that's it. That's all the stuff that I bought. There's a few other things I got at the swap meet, little pins, little plushies. I just didn't feel like showing those off. But that's all of the stuff that I purchased this Naka. And it's interesting because I told myself going in, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna buy any figures. So I didn't. I didn't buy any toys, and that took a lot of willpower from me, at least. So I'm gonna cut back to regular Jeff, who's gonna finish up the video, and we'll end it there. So bye, everybody. Wow, how cool. Look at all that cool stuff that you bought, Jeff. Awesome. Keep it up. Good job not buying any toys except for Balton. Balton's cool and all, but he was literally $5, and I was looking at some stuff. There was some stuff that definitely caught my eye. Those stupid pop-up parade statues, the ones that are, for the most part, really cheap. There was Junko from Danganronpa, like everywhere. I think she just came out, so a bunch of vendors had her, and I kept like, oh, it's so tempting. I love Danganronpa. I like Junko a lot, and so I was thinking like, this one vendor had him for $45, and I was like, that's a great price, because everyone else had him for like $60, $65. I was like, I'll come back for it later, and then it was gone. So I was like, nope, I'm just not gonna bother. And then there were some awesome World Ends With You figures that sold out. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna stick to Pepsi Man and like imports and stuff. I told myself this was the year that I was gonna spend a lot more on dumb little knickknacks and things like a Black Butler makeup bag, you know. I'm just glad I held true to that. Normally, looking back at previous convention hauls, it's a lot of toys, which is a bad thing. I'm a toy collector, you know, but I feel like this thing I already buy so much of, you know, why dedicate that to the convention? You know, why not buy the kind of stuff that you normally don't see? Like, literally, I've never seen these Pepsi Man bottle caps like anywhere else. I didn't know these existed until I saw them at the con. Like, I knew bottle cap figures existed, but I didn't know they made Pepsi Man ones. Well, NakaCon was a lot of fun, like it usually is. Good time had by all, indeed. Really excited for next year. Maybe next year the video will be more interesting. This was just an excuse for me to talk about the convention and show off all the stuff that I bought. Mainly because like my friends were interested. They were like, show us all the stuff you got, and I was like, okay. If you made it this far in the video, comment something along the lines of this, and you'll get a heart. You'll get a heart. Yeah. I plan on submitting an application to host my panel again next year. I don't know if they'll accept it because there were like surveys that people would take after panels, and I worry that the satisfaction on my survey for my panel wasn't that great, mainly because of how often I paused and stuttered and how quickly it ended. So I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. Man, that's really it, isn't it? I had a ton of fun at the convention. I can't wait for next year, you know? It's hard to say. When I've been going to this convention, it's been 8 years. It's been 8 years of me going to this convention. This one convention. It's not like, oh, I go to multiple a year. I pretty much only go to this one. You know, sometimes I go to that horror one, Crypticon, but NakaCon means so much to me. So I'm really glad that they're still sticking around. I was really worried that they wouldn't have a NakaCon 2023, but they just announced it. So cool. Alrighty then. Well, without further ado, or I guess that's just the end. It's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking around. I'll upload the panel to the channel shortly. Subscribe to the main channel also. This is on the second channel just because I don't feel like this really fits the kind of content that I'm working on for the second channel. But stuff is coming on the main channel. I promise. Promise you that. So thank you for checking out this video about a modern day anime convention. Whoa. And I will see you all later. I don't know how to end video. I don't know how to end video.
Anime, cosplay, gaming. Oh yeah, you can find them at the tie
Ohio. We talking about Taiyokon in Mesa. It's just like a mini Japan. Oh yeah, come geek with us. I said Taiyokon in Mesa. It's